Hey guys, it's Postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today I want to discuss a bunch of stuff regarding what is going on with the Fortnite Battle Royale bubbles, talking a little bit about potentially the cube returning and also talking about my predictions for the next few weeks. This is actually quite a big video for me because obviously I like to predict a lot of stuff in Fortnite, but this season has been so crazy. My predictions may be a little bit off, but there's some crazy ideas I've got and I want to go over exactly what we have so far. So as we know, we all have seen Tilted change from Neo Tilted to Tilted Town, and last week we saw Mega Mall go back to the old retail row. At the start of Season X we saw the Meteor return, we also saw Dusty return and the famous factory location, and now we're in a stage where potentially the soccer area, which is just behind Tilted Town, is going to be changing into a new location. So I want to talk about all my predictions and that, but before we get too far into this, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and enter in code Postboxpat into your item shop. We are so close from 450,000 subscribers, so smash that subscribe, and also you can get a shout out in future videos and have a chance at getting gifted some skins and a battle pass by letting me know down in the comments your Epic Games username, and I'll be sure to add a bunch of you guys and send you guys some stuff, so you can see me doing that on screen right now. Anyway, let's get straight into this and talk a little bit about this. You got to be using code Postboxpat as well, guys, for a chance for that. But here we are. So the football pitch, it's a famous location and we are going to be saying bye to it. I'm really upset about it because, to be honest, I used to love landing here. Back in season 5 I used to land here a lot because it was just kind of dead. It like hardly anyone landed here. There was really cool stuff you could do, and there was a lot of loot you could loot up, and you could rotate into Tilted Towers, the original. But right now they don't exist, so we're kind of going to say bye to this sports area really, because we've got the pool, we've got the obviously the football field, and then we have kind of like the bus station where you'd come in, park up, get some tacos, go over to your football field and have a little bit of fun there. Then you've got your petrol station as well if you need to refuel, some parking spaces, and just kind of like where you pay, I guess. But yeah, this is a famous location to me, and I'm going to be really sad when it goes. Now, what is it going to get turned into? Well, from what we know that the brand new incoming portal / rift type thing is coming, which is going to be really cool because that rift isn't just a normal rift, it's actually going to cause a lot of stuff to happen. So you summon it, and like I said in yesterday's video, I leaked a lot of stuff about that rift. I talked about how potentially you are going to be getting dinosaurs, portaloos, police cars, and what was the last one? I think was there one more? I can't remember what the last one was, but there are 4 items that will be falling from the sky, police cars, and I think it might be a lamppost or something. And basically if you get hit by them, you won't get eliminated, but you'll take a lot of damage, probably about 100 damage, maybe even more, and it'll probably go through structures. So I can't wait for this brand new kind of disturbed rift to get added into the game, and I think that's what this location is going to change to. I feel like the visitor's going to make a mistake with his kind of launch system, and he's going to send this zone back to a point in time where there was nothing on the map, completely nothing, or send it to a point in time which is in the future and it's been kind of like wiped out by maybe a disaster, a natural disaster or something like that on the map, which has caused this location to completely change. So some really interesting concepts and theories there that I've been coming up with regarding what this location is going to be. I personally think it's going to be sandy. It's going to be a little bit like Junk Junction, but a little bit like the junk inside of Paradise. That's what I think it's going to look like, because I think it's going to go forward in time. And I think from now on we are going to see locations slowly start to change a little bit, guys. I think we'll slowly start to see different things happening. You know, we had the brand new Tilted area, which was cool with the no building, and then we had retail, which to be honest wasn't that big for me because it's not new. I've kind of landed here a lot. I wasn't really too hyped about retail returning. I guess the zombies as well really weren't too much for me either, so this location to me really didn't mean that much, and especially with it going back to the not the OG retail but like the season 4 retail row, that's the retail it went back to. I was kind of disappointed. We lost the food wars that took place here, and now we're stuck with a retail from season 4 because we have obviously the detective agency, which I've mentioned in a previous video, and also the NOM signs here as well. A lot of YouTubers got this mixed up, so I said that in the previous video, but I just thought I'd clarify that again just for those who have missed that. But yes, so there we are. Retail row is not 100% OG retail, it's season 4. So what I was trying to say is I think the new location is going to be desert themed, or maybe not this orangey sand, but more of kind of like a yellowy sand. That's what I think it'll be, and I think it'll look quite similar to this. but not as busy, so it might be only a few items in the area, and I think it'll get completely wiped. We've seen leaked footage of the map. In yesterday's video, I kind of showed you guys the potential render for the location, so that's why I'm predicting that going on over there. What do I think is going to happen there? Well, I don't know what's exactly going to happen with the bubble. We've obviously had the brand new zombie area. We've also received a no building area. I think some ideas we may get won't be gravity or anything like that, because we have the gravity one over at Loot Lake. I think the idea we will get maybe increased movement speed, maybe the ability to use a double pump, maybe the ability to maybe instantly revive, or maybe even respawn in an area, which would probably be too OP, or even double health or something like that. I think they will just start adding in crazy concepts in each area. There are also rumors that there's going to be consumables in this one getting added into the desert. There is kind of like a question mark item which I leaked yesterday, which kind of hints towards a potential consumable which gives you a random item when you consume it. So it could be a mushroom, it could be an apple, it could be any of the consumables, you don't know. It's basically going to be one that you haven't got that you need. So it could be a chili which increases your movement speed, it could be a coconut to heal up, it could be even an ice cream, who knows what it's going to be, but I think that is something that's likely to happen in this section. Now regarding the cube theory and the monster theory, I wanted to address this again in today's video, because I've talked about how these are being set back in kind of different dimensions. This has been set back to almost the start of the Fortnite island, not exactly the start, but kind of like midway through. Say if we're saying that Fortnite's in 2020, which it's not, it's probably in the near future because it went into the future and then it went back, but let's just say Fortnite's in 2020, so this would be, say, maybe 1008 or something like that, I don't know, but you know, midway through. And then the football stadium, I think, will go either into the future or back in time when there was nothing here, but it's going to be like a scrapyard, which makes you think it may be like some sort of kind of like futuristic design, but obviously had a natural disaster, so there isn't much left on the island. Then we obviously have retail, which has gone back to the season 4 retail, which was only 2 years ago, less than that. Obviously in the Fortnite time it travels a lot quicker, but in real terms 2 years ago. And then we obviously have the factories and Dusty, which went back kind of to the OG factories and Dusty, but as we know, the colours of Dusty Depot are mixed up. They're not the original Dusty Depot colours, and obviously the visitor has set up his base ready to destroy the entire map. So there's some really crazy stuff and exciting information going on in the Fortnite world right now, and I can't wait to see where this is going to take us, guys. There's a lot of information and exciting theories going on, so I'm pretty hyped, and I hope something big does happen along with all this sort of stuff. I think we will get something, I just don't know when and how it's going to work. I'm hoping for something pretty big, but I can't guarantee it, and I don't know 100% if we will get a huge storyline regarding the visitors. So what I was trying to say with the cube and monster is basically, because each bubble is stuck in a different dimension, the dimension is in real time and it could potentially be working or moving. So for example, any minute you could see the cube fly through, maybe not the tilted one, but for example the retail one, you could see the cube fly through it and be like, whoa guys, why is the cube flying through retail? Because it could, because it's stuck in a dimension, and it would make perfect sense, because obviously we have the zombies there. So for example, the cube could kind of like half spawn in. It wouldn't all be it, it'd just be like half the island floating. Then every hour it could slowly move through retail. It'd be in the game for maybe 9 hours, 10 hours. Then after that, the cube is completely gone. And I think something like that would be so unique, and people would absolutely love it. That also leads on to me to talk a little bit about the robot and the monster. People were saying yesterday, and obviously I mentioned it in my video, and so many YouTubers have covered, well, not that many, but I've seen a few YouTubers cover this theory. Basically the idea is for the monster or robot to return at some point and scare or push or fight off the meteor away from the island. Obviously it wouldn't really be able to scare it because it's kind of coming down. You'd have to kind of stop it in time and send it the other way. But do I think that's going to be possible? Probably not. I do think the monster would be cool, because we had the addition of this brand new pink/red area, and I don't know why this was added in. I guess it was just for the looks of the area, because it did look a little bit dull, and they've kind of made it look a little bit nicer. And obviously it's a memory for season X, or season 9's like storyline, I guess, if you want, or event should I say. But I don't think it's really necessary. It's cool, but I think it'll be gone by season 12 or 13, maybe even season 11, and I don't think it's going to be a major part in the Fortnite storyline. But that's my opinion on this. I just don't think it's going to, you know, I don't know. If it come back, which would make sense, if a bubble was created around this, it could be born back to life, the monster, the moment before the sword took it out. It could teleport back to there, and then the monster awakens and he could actually move over, come out of his bubble. I don't know how that would happen, the time travel bubble type thing, and push away the meteor or even eat it, which would be hilarious. I think that would be a crazy event and funny. Unlikely, but who knows. And obviously another thing to mention as well is we have the orbit loot lake. The orbit loot lake is stuck in a tiny millisecond time frame where the gravity in it is extremely low and it hasn't fully expanded. It's kind of like paused the map. It's like someone's grabbed this orb and pressed pause, which I just think is hilarious because the whole map is frozen in a tiny segment of time. There's so much crazy stuff going to happen this season and I can't wait to see what else is happening. But they're my predictions I have so far. For other locations I think that are going to be getting an orb, we'll go over a few of them now. I do think we will get an orb happening at Lazy, which will turn it back to either Lazy Lagoon or Anarchy Acres. I think it'll be a cross between them both, and the visitor unfortunately will get it wrong and the location will look very messy but also very cool, creating a new point of interest themed around the 3 locations that have been in this area of the map. That again is the same for Risky Reels, and maybe not too sure if Risky will come back because obviously terraforming this area of the map may be a little bit more difficult, but we do have references to Risky Reels in the map. Potentially it won't return fully, but we have the tiny little kind of Risky Reels drive-in theatre here, which is just hilarious. I guess the people from the volcano are coming here every day after work on their zip lines to have a little chill, which is just hilarious. So power plant is RIP as well. We don't have that, so we kind of got the monster, the robot spawn right there. Other locations which we can expect to potentially appear, and I think these ones are more likely, would be Moisty Mire. I think it'd be daft of them not to add Moisty Mire in. They've referenced it a few times in the Paradise Palms area. We have the main Moisty Mire kind of symbol on like the front of Paradise. This originally wasn't like this. It's kind of got the Moisty Mire trees referencing it, coming eventually this season at some point. The building somewhere in here which kind of has the Moisty trees in it, or reference to the OG trees from Moisty Mire, which is this one here. Maybe not 100% referenced it, but I guess it kind of looks like a monster, but who knows what it could be. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool and could reference the idea of Moisty Mire returning in this section as well. Then we keep traveling through, and we know from what we can tell on the Fortnite Battle Royale universe map, we know that we do have a potential location that a lot of people would be happy about. I don't think that many people would still land there, but Flush Factory. We obviously know that we've seen the Flush Factory, the OG kind of, I guess, toilet come back into the game, which is just around this corner right now. As I keep going around here, you'll see it, and there it is, the OG Flush Factory toilet. And if it was to come back, I don't know if it would come back here, but it's a reference to it, and potentially it could happen. We got a lot of stuff in here, and I'd love to see Flush Factory return. I think these will happen over the next few weeks. Currently we're going into week 4, I believe. I may be wrong with that because I always get my weeks mixed up, but I think we are going into week 4. I can just check that really quickly on the challenges. So yeah, it looks like I can't exactly see, we don't have the weekly challenges, but I'm pretty sure it is the 4th section of these challenges. So pretty hyped with that one, guys. I'm really excited for it too. I hope you guys are too. Hopefully we get some good information and a lot of stuff going on throughout this season. We obviously had 2 brand new point of interest and a 3rd one coming in as well very, very soon. I'll keep you guys up to date with all the stuff. Tomorrow I am going to be busy, and I will be back on Tuesday covering content for you guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and stick around for daily Fortnite content. And once again, this is Postboxpat signing out.